What's going on, everybody? Welcome in another edition of the Coach's Corner, the award-winning show every single Wednesday here on VYPE.com, 6 o'clock. Sean McDowell, head coach of those Foster Falcons. James Williams, head coach of those Marshall Buffs. And Dennis Silva, the second of VYPE Media, all joining us. And, well, Coach, we'll start with this. I kind of mentioned it in our pre-show talk. We know you all are both the coordinators at your own high school, so you oversee the coaches of all the sports and the different sports going on. And Coach James Williams, I have to talk about this. Coach Burke, your swim coach over at Marshall High School, has done phenomenal work to come in, take a program that only had 4 swimmers, didn't really compete last year due to COVID, and now 31 swimmers in the program. They even got historic wins the other week in a dual meet, getting their first wins as swimmers. And let me tell you, they got the swag. They got the T-shirts. They rolled up with T-shirts and jackets and everything for you, because she was saying at Marshall it's football and it's basketball and that's what and I know there's other sports, but those are the big sports at Marshall, and track, of course.
Do they have track at Marshall? I didn't know they had track at Marshall.
They got started just a little bit. But she was saying it's such a good feeling, like the community support, all the other sports supporting their sport. What's it like being at a place where the sports all support each other, and like a program like swim, how they've grown so much? And kind of saying for you, Coach McDowell, just there at Foster, how Foster volleyball is in the playoffs right now. They won last night, and how the community, everybody supports everybody.
Yeah, that's huge. I give so much credit to Coach Burke. Kellen Burke, she's her first year at Marshall. She came in running with this thing. She was excited about it. She had been a swim coach assistant before. Now it's her opportunity to be a head coach. And I loved it when I interviewed her and talked about the position. And she was like, hey, I like to start programs. So she likes to work with programs who are, not necessarily the best, but they need work, and they got the kids the right attitudes to do well. And we started off with, like I said, last year, we really didn't have much of a program, and with about 3 or 4 kids, and now they're at 31. I mean, it's so impressive what they're doing. I went to their first meet, the first swim meet of the year, and having all those kids out there wearing, in our uniforms out there swimming and getting excited and cheering for each other, it's truly amazing. It's not just, like I said, it doesn't have to be just about football, basketball, and track. We want all the sports to be successful. And also about being a family. We want to be a family here. We have a culture of family and love around here at Marshall High School, and these guys want to get excited about swimming. She's done a great job promoting her program as well. You look on Twitter, she's the best Twitter coach we got on this campus, and she's always shouting out her team and practice and everything. So, again, that family supporting each other, and we're proud of her and what she's doing, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah, I would piggyback on that and say, success is contagious. So when one program has it and the other one's it's a trickle down or trickle over effect, because, like we would come out in the fall and in the previous years leading up to this year, that we won like 15 out of 19 district championships in multiple sports. There's been times where every sport makes the playoffs, postseason, and it wasn't good enough to get to the first round. We're talking second, third round type of stuff. And that's kind of the expectation here. So I really feel like it's a testament to our culture of our school, our principal and administration. I got a really great coaching staff, guys and girls that really are bought in and trying to do things right by kids and do things the right way. But I believe success is contagious. We got great parents that are willing to do whatever is necessary to provide opportunities for their child to be successful and the coach to be successful. So that's really where it's at. But, we're willing to share athletes as much as we can. All the coaches work together to be able to communicate and get things done. It really at Foster High School, and we say we're good at everything. Well, we were good at everything. I don't know, but we really are, man. Academically, everything. And so it's just a blessing to be here, and it's a great school and a great community.
Coach, both of you guys have your last regular season game this week. Coach Williams, you have Madison coming up. Coach McDowell, I believe you guys got Foster this weekend.
Well, we might
Foster. You are Foster.
We got to play against ourselves every game, I can assure you.
The Kemner is who y'all got.
Yes, sir.
Coach McDowell, I'll start with you. Just what do you want to see from your guys this week, and how important is the last game as far as building momentum for the offseason and for building for next year? And what are you looking for? Is it one of those things where you play some of the younger guys just to see what you got, and are you trying to figure out some position things you got going on, or what is this last game for you as far as from an evaluation standpoint?
For me, it's a different position that we've been in a long time since this is the first year never making the playoffs in 9 years, or not making the playoffs in 9 years. So it's a little bit of a kind of blow to the ego and to the, your chin a little bit. But really what I want to see is continuing our work ethic to fight, right? You know what I'm saying? We have every opportunity to lay it down right now. Like kids not coming to practice or like just not caring. I'm not seeing that right now.
Yeah.
I'm seeing us still handle business as usual. We still feel like we've got a lot of something to prove. We're going in this game with a solid game plan. The kids are working hard. I'm glad it's on Thursday night game instead of a Friday, but so I'm going in there looking at it like we're going to finish it. Whatever the outcome happens, we want to get to this win. We want to finish 5-5, and which is crazy. Is that the most losses that we've had within the last 8 years has been 4 in a season, and that includes a playoff loss. So sitting here at 5, sitting here at 5 losses in a season, I'm like about ready to like pull my hair out. That's why I got a hat on, because I've already been stuck. You know what I mean? It's just like it's very frustrating, but our resolve, I haven't seen us quit, and so I'm super proud of that. So our fight is still there. The game plan to go in is that we're going to do what we do versus Kempner. If you play well, you're not going to play. Or if you play bad, you're not going to play. If you play well, you're going to keep playing. I want to play some young guys, but our whole team is young, right? So, I mean, we're all full of sophomores and juniors. So I'm going to give some seniors an opportunity to get that one last game in, and because there's a majority of those guys, this will be the last time they put a helmet on, right? So I'm going to attribute to them. We're going to get them in where we can. I mean, the other juniors and sophomores and the freshmen that we had, they've had 9 games to prove what they can do. You know what I'm saying? So this game is a tribute to the seniors. We're going to work hard. We're going to go out there and win, and hopefully everything goes in our favor.
For us, on the other hand, this week, we getting ready for the playoffs. I like that we're playing Madison this last game. They're a physical team. They're a nice size physical team, nice offensive line. So, going into the playoffs, and we want to get that physical game going in. We want to finish the season the right way. We want to, again, going into the playoffs, now we want to be rolling on full cylinders. Now we want to be starting to move up and start peaking and getting toward that peak. So, we're taking this as a playoff game this week. We're playing on Thursday as well, and going in there and trying to execute the game plan like we always do. We're going to be physical. We're going to play fast. We're going to play disciplined football. And like I said, this is playoff ready. Our practices have been very focused. Our practices have been well. And the kids' attitudes are right. We're really trying to fine tune. So when we hit that first round playoffs, we're ready to go full throttle. And, last year, we had the same schedule and, didn't play a good game in the first round of the playoffs. And we almost got picked off. We won 21-14 versus Port Neches Grove last year. And they did a heck of a job, had a great game plan. And we were lucky to get out of that game. So we have to learn from that experience from last year and come ready to go full throttle next week, but first taking care of a good Madison team. It's going to be a playoff team. First time they made the playoffs in some years, and they're going to be fired up and ready to go. So hopefully it'll be a good playoff tuner for us.
Coach McDowell, with you mentioned this is the first time you guys are in this situation where you guys aren't making the playoffs, 5 losses in a season. Does it make you kind of appreciate what you all have accomplished to this point or before the season even more because of this season? Does this season kind of offer that perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. You think about it's a little bit of humbling experience, number one, because, you start thinking that, now I know we're not the greatest coaches in the world, but you could get fooled. I'm a really good coach when I got CD and Cody and Ruben, Fathery, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, like we said before, it ain't X's and O's, it's Jimmy's and Joe's, right? And so let's be clear on all that. But, yeah, I mean, just the thing, we're not coaching different, really. So you just think about you learn more from a loss than you do from a win. That sounds like a lot of coach speak right there, but it's the truth. So we might have been combing over the program and stuff, before, but now I'm going like with a regular comb. Now I'm going in with a freaking toothbrush, right? I'm evaluating everything and everybody and how we do it, you know, and obviously not questioning anything that we do and believe in, but by God, we are not going to be in this position again. And so I don't care what that means, and we're gonna toe that line. I can assure you. But it does make you appreciate the teams and the players that you've had in the past, but every year is different. You know, I mean, so every year you can learn something from and you can reflect back on. I don't have any regrets, but I do have some reflections, you know, to go back in. But my resolve isn't damaged. You know, maybe I'm a little bit more humbled and probably people will appreciate that. But I'm ready to, you know, talk my crap and get my swag back for sure, because that's what we do, you know. So come, you know, after all the season's over, we'll get back to normal and we're going to go to work and we're going to have spring ball and do what we do, you know. So I am excited about next year, though, because of what we got a whole lot of dudes coming back with a lot of experience, and that makes it a whole lot easier, you know.
Coach Williams, do you think kids and players appreciate how hard it is to win? Like even just a high school football game, maybe. Do you think they can appreciate the work and even winning a district champion like you guys? I mean, I know it looks easy on paper, but do you think they understand the work and the grind that goes into winning?
Honestly, I don't think that's a natural. I think that if you ingrain it in them, if you talk to them about it, if you understand, make your team understand, this is what has to happen for us to have success. And working hard and committing and doing all of that is going to lead to that success. Then they'll appreciate it more. But sometimes, I mean, it's natural. You know, sometimes, you know, just they do take things for granted. They do think it's going to show up. Hey, we're Marshall High School. We're just going to show up and do what we do. Whereas, you know, hey, it's a reason why we have the reputation we have. It's a reason why we've had the success we have. And it does not come without that hard work and that commitment to the grind and doing this thing the right way. And as a coaching staff, we're demanding about making sure they understand that, making sure they have that grind every day, you know, because that's really what's going to take. You know, as a matter of fact, yesterday in practice, you know, we talked about, you know, everybody wants to be a champion or a championship team, but let's not just try to be a championship team on game day. We got to be a championship team in practice. We got to be a championship team in the weight room. You know, we got to be a championship team in our film sessions when we're studying film, you know, versus our opponent, not just when you come on game night. So it's a process to it. But again, if you ingrain it in them and then keep, you know, adamant about it, you know, if you do not make this commitment, if you do not work this hard, it will not happen. The reason why our success happens is because of the commitment you guys have made and continue to ingrain that in them. And I believe they will not take it for granted and will appreciate it more. Because any day, we all know, I mean, who thought there would be a pandemic, you know, in the country? And just like that, their season last year was almost taken away from them. So they got to understand that now playoff time, if you take anything for granted now, you don't appreciate your effort and working what it takes to be successful now, then you're going home early. You're not going to reach that goal. And so that's something that we have to talk about every single day.
All right. Well, we will get to America's favorite part of the show now, the pick'em, as we go. Heading into the last week of the season, we added a bonus game last week to try to break this thing up a little bit. But we got to claim a regular season champion, right? And then we'll go into like the playoff champion. It's different. It's like coaches say, right? You're 0-0 once the playoffs start, right?
That is correct. New season, baby. New season.
New season. All right, so heading into the last week of the pick'em, I'm completely out of this, by the way. I am gladly taking fourth place. I will gladly take my little consolation participation prize at the end. But heading into this week, Coach Sean McDowell goes 5-1 last week. He is 41-10 on the season.
That's about that's the most impressive thing I've done all season, to be honest. I wish I was 10-41 in the playoffs for real football. Let's be honest. You know,
right behind him, still in contention. Coach Williams went 5-1 last week, 40-11.
Yeah, I'm
so only one.
I'm trying to hold on to Sean. Just hold on.
And then right back behind him, he went 4-2 last week. Dennis Silva the second at 38-13, and then of course I went 5-1. But once you get behind so far, you can't catch up. I'm 36-15 on the year, so I'm like the dog in the doghouse for this year's pick'em. So let's get to a couple games this week, couple big ones in the city of Houston. Let's start with this one. Jersey Village, they beat Stratford last week. They win that game to stay undefeated.
Yeah.
They take on Cy Creek this week, which Cy Creek's been kind of an interesting up and down kind of season. But mainly this is, does Jersey Village finish off the undefeated regular season for the first time since 1991 for the Falcons?
Affirmative.
Go ahead.
I'll take that. I'm sorry. This. I got to start off this way, Sean. You got to pick the other one. We're gonna pick opposite this week so I can catch up to you. I'm definitely taking Jersey Village on this. When you go into your last game undefeated, you want to finish it the right way. So I think Jersey Village will definitely take care of business this week and just move them along going into the playoffs and again finishing with the historical season. Been a long time, so I'll definitely take it with the momentum. They had a great game last week, took care of Stafford, and so I think they'll finish.
Yeah, I love McKegg. That's my man. I'm a Cy Creek Cougar, an old one. I know that I really like their quarterback and what they got going on over there, but I can't pick them this week. I can't pick them. Jersey Village is rolling, and I don't see that train stopping this week. So I'm gonna go with the Falcons of Jersey Village.
Yeah, I'm going Jersey Village too. I don't think it'll even be really close. I think Jersey Village, their district championship game was last week against Stratford, basically. I don't see them letting up or anything. They've got this one pretty handily, I think. I think they win pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same way. I think Cy Creek they're good, but I think Jersey Village is just on a different level this year. I'm interested to see what happens when they get in the playoffs. That was a big test for them last week, and they beat Stratford, of course. You know, according to the Twitter sphere, there was a little bit of controversy towards the end of that game, how it ended and such. But we'll let the Twitter fight continue on that one. But I'm gonna go Jersey Village. I think they complete the first undefeated season in 30 years for the Falcons. The next one is kind of interesting. It's two teams that are kind of at the bottom of their district, but fighting for those last two playoff spots. It's Willis taking on Conroe, both 2-2 in district. And it's interesting, if one loses, if Grand Oaks can win at the bottom of the district and work their way up, then we potentially have a 2A tie for fourth place. But Willis and Conroe both 2-2, trying to fight for those last two spots in 13-6A.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Man alive. I think I'm going to go with Conroe. I'm going to go with Conroe. And the reason I'm going to go with Conroe, because they're black and gold, and so are the Foster Falcons. Because I don't know anything about it. You know what I'm saying? And so I know Coach Hardiman is going to have them boys ready. All right. And so where are they playing? Are they playing at Conroe? It doesn't matter. I'm going with the black and gold. I'm going with the black and gold. And so the Conroe it is. Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Hey, well, son, this is going to be it. This is the one. I'm going with Willis on this one for sure, baby. And the reason is because Willis has some good wins this year. Now they beat A&M Consolidated early in the year. They beat Huntsville early in the year. They beat Klein Collins early in the year. So I mean they have some solid wins on their schedule. I'm gonna go with them. I gotta break this up, Sean. I gotta catch up somehow. So I'm gonna use this one as one of my catch-up games. And I think Willis is gonna take this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Willis. Their quarterback DJ is really impressive talent. He's a great quarterback. Other than that, I don't know much about either team, but I'm gonna guess Willis has the best player on the field, and I think that might be enough this game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting just because of the fact that it comes down to this. We'll see what they're both 2-2 in district, and I got to see Willis against Klein Collins. Of course, now Klein Collins has won like 5 or 6 straight games since that loss, and they're going to win the district championship, which is crazy after starting the year 0-4 and being able to bounce back from that. The thing about Conroe, the one thing that they have over Willis is Conroe actually beat Grand Oaks earlier in the season. Then their 2 losses came back-to-back. They've been back-to-back losses to College Park and the Woodlands over the last 2 weeks. So in this instance, if Conroe can win this game, it puts them in a better position to get in the playoffs because they have the win over Grand Oaks. Willis doesn't have that win over Grand Oaks. If you're looking at the grand scheme of things. But I'm going to go with Willis. I think the Willis Wildcats win this game. I think DJ Lagway is a heck of a quarterback. I think they're going to get it going this week, and I think they punched their ticket into the playoffs. So I'm going to go with Willis. The next one, we head over to Fort Bend ISD. The Ridge Point Panthers take on the Fort Bend Travis Tigers for the outright District 26A championship this week. Is it Ridge Point Purple waving the flag at the end, or are the Travis Tigers going to play spoiler to that outright championship?
I know a little bit about both teams. I think it's going to be a good game. Travis is playing really some good football. They're scoring a lot of points. That's one thing Travis never had a hard time with, scoring points. So they're doing a good job of that. But, hey, I'm a little more of a defensive guy. I know Ridge Point is playing some really good defense as well. Ridge Point trying to keep their streak of district championship on in Fort Bend.
I think it'll be 7 of the last 8 years.
Yes, it's pretty strong. So I'm going to go with Ridge Point defensively, mainly because of defense. And quarterback, Bert Emanuel he's Bert Emanuel. So I'm going to go with defense and the quarterback every time.
Well, how much of a this ain't the one, man. I'm going Ridge Point Panthers too. We actually, I know Travis is playing better. I know we played him week 2 and beat him 28-7. So I know that things are up and down, but I know Ridge Point's playing some good ball, even though they've had some key injuries to some people and stuff, but I don't see this being one that stops them. So I'm going to go with the Panthers of Ridge Point over Travis.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ridge Point too. Bert Emanuel is just playing lights out this year. In fact, I know it's been said a lot, but I don't think people are exactly appreciating just the season. He's got like 23 touchdown passes and no interceptions. And he's also got 9 rushing touchdowns. And he's completing 61% of his passes. And just everything, he just covered up so many mistakes. Plus that team plays defense. And I think Travis is in a lot better place than they were, say, when they were playing Foster, for sure. Their offense is doing a lot better. But I just don't think they can get the stops, and I think Ridge Point can get the stops. So I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Panthers as well as Ridge Point. I think they're playing really good football right now. I think they had those early season injury losses, and I think they've recovered from those. I think Bert Emanuel is playing really good football. And plus, I think Travis beat Ridge Point, 2 years ago for the district championship. It was 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, 2 years
I think
ago.
the kid that is now at Penn State was playing receiver.
Parker Washington.
Parker Washington. He was there.
He is a dude.
Travis won that game, and it was a big deal. And Ridge Point's not going to let that happen. They're not sharing anything. There's no sharing. They're going to win the district championship. I go Ridge Point Panthers, and they carry the momentum into the playoffs. Next one, we head down to the Rig in Pearland, as Pearland at 5-1 in district takes on Pearland Dawson at 5-1 in district. So the winner gets second place in that district. Of course, it's a rivalry game. This will be the VYPE Thursday Night Showdown on AT&T Sportsnet with Todd Freed and Matt Malatesta calling the game. So there we go. Battle of Pearland, Dawson and Pearland. Who wins this one?
Oh, Sean, it's your turn, brother. I'm sorry.
All right, I got it. All right, I'll take this one. I think there's something that goes with you got to beat them. And they're the old town. That's what the town is named after. They play at their stadium at home. And I really like both coaches, but Ricky Tullis is my boy. So I'm going to go with the Oilers of Old Pearland. So obviously playing at the Rig or with Pearland Stadium now, whatever it's called. But I think Coach Tullis will have those guys ready. It's a big rivalry game. I'm going to go with Pearland.
Ooh, this is my chance, Sean. This is my chance.
Hey, if you're feeling froggy, jump. Let's go.
I'm hoping that Jersey Village game, the Conroe Willis game, I'm hoping that one will tie us up. And we'll see if this one will jump me ahead. We'll see. You gotta do something. You gotta live on the wild side a little bit, Why not? We're going with Dawson on this one. We're going to go with Dawson. It's going to be a great game. Pearland's the whole season's going to shut down and be at that game. Let's go. So we'll go with Dawson. For no other reason, I got to get one up on you, Sean. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going Pearland. I feel like exactly Coach McDowell, Coach Cholos over there, and just his boys, and just the way they played so far this season. I think it'll be a close game. I mean, definitely for sure. But I think Pearland wins in a nail biter.
I think Pearland is continuing to pick up momentum here late in the season. Early on, they had 2 tough losses. Of course, the overtime loss to Memorial kind of really sticks out for them. They played Shadow Creek really closely, and that's one thing Dawson didn't do. So I'm going to go with Pearland. I think they win this game. I think they go to 6-1 in district, and Dawson falls right behind them. Both will make the playoffs. This is just going to kind of decide who gets second and who gets third in this district. So I'm going to go with the Pearland Oilers. Last game. This is a big one. Big one. Down in 5A. Undefeated College Station makes the trip to Magnolia West to take on undefeated Mag West for the district title. And this is a big one. This is a big one. Mag West against College Station on Friday night.
I'll tell you. Go ahead. You want this first one?
No, you go first. I'm going to pick the opposite.
Oh, okay. I got you. Cool. Go ahead. You got it.
Honestly, I mean, what a great matchup. Undefeated versus undefeated. It's a playoff game before the playoffs. Mag West has obviously the home field advantage. They beat some really good teams. They both have. But the way College Station is playing right now, on both sides of the ball. They're scoring a lot of points on offense. They're playing very good defense. They've given up, I don't know, have they given up double figures in a game yet this year? They're very few, very few. I'm going to go with College Station. I mean, I really, looking forward to playoffs with some teams, in Division 1, 5A Division 1, like College Station, like Peyto. I'm looking forward to those guys matching up, and had Manville took care of Peyto last week. But I'm going to go ahead and go with College Station on this one, just because, again, team-wise, overall, I think they're going to be the stronger team, and they'll take care of business.
Yeah, I wanted to go opposite of you, but I can't, man. I just can't do it. It's going to be a wash right here, because I'm also going with College Station. I think College Station is rolling. Obviously, Mag West is too, but I think I haven't played both of them the last couple of years. I mean, I think College Station, what they've been able to do this year has been outstanding, and I'm not betting against those guys. So I'm gonna, even though I picked Mag West before, I'm gonna stick with College Station on this one.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna stay with College Station. Their defense is just exceptional, and just the way they played all season, just been consistent about the way they're playing and just how they're going about things. I'm hoping Mag West can give them a game, and if it gets close, maybe it gets a little bit dicey, but I think College Station gets this one.
Yeah, it's the interesting part here is who they played lately, right? And Magnolia West is coming off of a touchdown win over New Caney. They beat Porter before that. Then they had that run. But here's the thing about College Station. College Station in the last four games has outscored opponents 272-6.
One more time?
272-6. Yeah. That is one bad team right there. On the season, in 9 games, they've scored 498 points and given up 44.
That's a good football team.
I'm going with College State. I like Mag West. I think Mag West, at the end of the day, Mag West is going to make a run in the playoffs. They're going to go deep. They got the pieces. They got the seniors. This College Station team, though, is one of those teams that we might see it rolling into AT&T Stadium come December for a chance to win it all. So I'm going to go College Station. That's a bad team right there. Goodness gracious. Last 2 opponents, they beat 70-0. That's not even fair.
Oh, I remember those days. Reflections, no regrets, right? Reflections.
Next week's episode, we'll have the Sean McDowell section where he gets to sit in his chair next to the fireplace and reflect as he watches CeeDee Lamb. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna bring this up. I got mad at CeeDee Lamb on Sunday night when he got hit in the hands on that pass across the middle and dropped it when the Cowboys were trying to drive down the field. I was not happy with Mr. Cedarian Lamb at that point.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation too about his inability to hold on to his money while doing, you know. So it's really not him, like the most fine player in the NFL. I get it. I don't get it. To be honest with you, I don't get it. So we're gonna have to have that conversation.
You have to give him a text to be like, CD, tuck in your jersey.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, my man. It's not that hard.
You're not supposed to give the money back to the NFL. You're supposed to
That's not the point of any of it.
It shouldn't be an auto draft every week going back to the NFL. That's not how it works. There's not a return fee. But no, CeeDee Lamb playing great for the Cowboys and different things. But yeah, I had to bring that up because I was like, man, it hit him right at the hands across the middle. I was not happy. So Cowboys won though, so we're good. We're good. We had the backup quarterback. So all right, that's my little Cowboys minute for the week. Hey, that'll wrap up this week's show. We're done with Pick'em. We're done with the show. We will be back next week. It will be the first week of the Texas high school football playoffs. We will see who wins the regular season Pick'em championship between Coach McDowell and Coach Williams. Maybe Dennis Silva will jump up and catch up 3 games, and we'll just have a 3-way tie. We'll have to finish in the playoffs. But anyways. Unlikely? Yeah. Okay.
Unlikely.
Hey, it's more unlikely of me to jump up 5 games.
Oh, for sure. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, no, I'm cooked. I'm completely cooked. All right, coaches. Hey, we appreciate the time. Best of luck this week as y'all finish out the regular season. We will see y'all back here next week for the Coaches Corner.